Good morning guys, Kashi HD here with another video on Oceans and Empires, and as promised to a few of you guys, I'm going to do this video on troops. Which troops are most powerful, which troops do you use when attacking. Now, before I get into that, I've got to point one thing out. I try to play on strengths and weaknesses. For example, we know that spearmen are high on defence, so I try to enhance their defence, and we know that musketeers are good for attack, so I try and build up their attack. With that in mind, I don't think I've done too badly, but if we go into abilities in the bottom and scroll down to where our troops are, so you can see my spearmen have got a 72% defence increase. Swordsmen are pretty balanced, and then musketeers have got a 55% attack increase. To be fair, they're 62% defence as well, so yeah, a lot more balanced than I was expecting to see just then. So first off, we need a plan. Now it's going to be quite difficult to find a string of enemies with identical troops and ships, so what I'm proposing is to go at something that we know is going to be the same and constant. So I'm going to start off with, sorry, just better do me dailies. I'm going to start off, we're going to attack some monsters and some resource tiles using different types of troops and see which ones posed the fewest losses or the most kills. There we go, I've got another ship there. I've managed about 2 days ago to unlock my bomb vessels, so I'll just get rid of these carracks. I think that's my third one. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I quite like when I get a new ship just to slightly colour the sails different so I can spot them. Nice bit of free gold. Alright, here we go. Now, thinking about it, I think it's going to be easiest to test this actually from my main account, purely because I know I've got enough troops. And what we're going to do, I think it's this one. I've got one bomb vessel with a slightly lower capacity, that's that one. So we're going to organise troops, wipe these off, and we'll go all musketeers first. Now, sorry, very quickly, my troop build-up, I always tend to focus on the highest 3 tiers, so I've got musketeer, heavy spearmen and champions. I haven't bothered unlocking veteran musketeers just yet because I'm trying to focus on getting my ship of the line. So it does give us 3 types to check, but I'm pretty sure what we're going to find is just the highest tier is the best one to use in terms of power. So we need to find 3 targets the same. Let's have a look. 17, 18, 13, 15, 15. Is there another 15 about? No, we've got quite a few 13s though, haven't we? Let's go 13s then. So our bomb vessel there. Remember guys, we're just going to compare the losses. Because we don't get to see a report while attacking monsters. So this test is going to be completely different to when we're attacking players, which I think I'm going to have to do in a second video. I might build another account. So if we open the little message in the bottle, we only had 1 injury for Musketeers. I've got a funny feeling level 13 giant turtles are not going to be enough. A strong enough monster to test this with. Let's try and find higher. So we've got a level 16 Hydra, 18, 17, 18 and 18. We'll go with 18s. Clear off these bomb vessels here. Remember, we just want to send the one that's full of Musketeers. Reason being, if we end up with 1 loss tends to be like quite a standard, you've done it easily. I don't think you very often hunt a monster and don't get an injury. So I'm just going to try and enhance the amount of troops that get injured, just so that it's a bit easier to see if there's a difference. And to be fair, I'm actually expecting the heavy spearmen to do the best because they got the strongest defense. Just check this. Ooh, more free gold. Okay, so look at that double whammy on the conquest orders. So Musketeers take 5 losses against a level 18. Just writing this down so I don't forget. So back into our castles. Alright, so repair it. Organise troops, and now we'll go heavy spearmen. Who knows, we might not actually get a difference, which would be a bit of a shame. I say that, it would also open up the door for a new tactic. You could always do your monster hunting streaks with plain old sailors. Wouldn't matter about them getting injured, they're cheap as hell to recoup. And in fact, if we don't get a difference, I might fill this ship up with sailors and test it. It's certainly going to save a lot of resources. You don't want to be healing your top tier troops if you can heal a couple of sailors in a quarter of the time for a quarter of the resources. And it's not going to cost me a lot of resources to train some up either. Oh, there we go. Heavy spearmen only took 2 injuries. Where was our other one? Just there. Just wait for this ship to get back in, and then we'll send out the champions. Just a little bit conscious of the time this morning, guys, so what this might end up being is like a part 1, 2 and 3 that I'll get all uploaded this week. Part 1 obviously being monsters, part 2 resource islands, and then part 3 I'll find a controlled way. I did just put champions in, didn't I? Yeah, so part 3 I'll just find like a controlled way to attack the same enemy. What I may have to do is just attack one of my alts, make sure that the ships are down and the gates are down, and change the defending troops each time. I think that's going to be the only way to do it properly. 51 seconds. I've piqued my own interest now. I want to see if I can find one more level 18 and just use normal sailors. Okay, so champions, 5 injured. So there we go. Heavy spearmen take the fewest losses, but that could be down to the class of being spearmen, which quite nicely our sailors are too. Okay, so that's back now. We're just going to fix that and take those off. As I said, plain old sailors, nice, cheap, nice and quick. Just gold a couple of these. And like I said, guys, I'm just basically double checking, because as well as being split into tiers, these troops are actually split into 3 classes, which are your musketeers, your spearmen and your swordsmen. So we want to be sure that our losses aren't just down to the class of the troop. So that's full of sailors. Now let's go and find another level 18 monster and see how they do. Here we go, nice and close. Okay, results are in, and sailors take 4 injured. That's a lot better than I was expecting to see. So we've got musketeers and champions taking 5, heavy spearmen taking 2, and sailors taking 4. So we can definitively say that any type of spearman is going to be best when you're attacking monsters. So if you guys are doing the hunting monster event and you want to save yourself some resources, fill those ships up with sailors. They're the cheapest, they're the quickest to heal, and you're not going to give a damn about 500 of them being in your hospital. So crack on, guys. That's part 1 over and done with for today. As I said, part 2 we're going to go and do some tile hits, and then part 3 I'm going to set up probably Kashi 2 with nothing but defending troops. I'll try and balance them out so we've got the same amount, and we'll do similar thing, 3 attacks against 3 different types of defending troops, and we'll compare the results. And I might actually do the same again and use our sailors as a control group. So I hope you guys are looking forward to that, and I look forward to reading your comments. In the meantime, happy hunting!